Good morning, YouTube. I'm still at Germantown MetroPark. I just made a couple videos of the pink trail, which is a pretty new trail. There's the other side of the pink trail that goes to the floodplain. I'm not going down there right now, but it's where the orange trail leaves the pink trail as we meander our way north through the park. Goes up near Mannon Road. This part of the Orange Trail is not very hard to hike. You got a couple hills here, but most of the hard stuff in this park is east of the nature center. There's a couple sections that, especially the orange silver, which it just hits you hill after hill. It's quite memorable. They're small hills, but as soon as you clear one, you go right back down the other. So it's not like a 2 or 3 mile incline like you would get in the mountains. Trail right there. I don't know why they painted the pink right there, but on the tree. But Twain Creek is down there below. I don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to it from right here to get a video of it from right here, but I'll get other videos of it throughout this hike. You get really beautiful views of this entire park. As I mentioned in the first video I made today, this is where my YouTube career began. My first video I uploaded on my YouTube page was in Germantown MetroPark over by the nature center. That was back in March of 2010, and I still got that camera. I still use that camera, which is my Canon SX210. I've had it for 5 years. Haven't really felt need to upgrade camera wise because I got my cell phone too, which it does a pretty good job. And with my Galaxy Note 5, I could snap pictures as I'm recording too and going, which is nice to be able to do. Look at these views through here. This is the other side of what used to be the pink trail before they moved it to create a new trail. But even though it says area arrested, do not enter, you can still hike through there and see the old trail. It's pretty easy to see, so I guess when they rerouted the pink trail further east of where it used to be at, and they did that so there would be another trail, so when the floodplain is flooded and impassable, you can get through. As I mentioned in the previous video, deer bedding areas, pay close attention. You see the tall grass and tall brush, ideal bedding area. So that's a service drive area. See where the cones that they have, and you know what, I'm glad they actually have not cut this. Sometimes they cut this, and it's a shame if they cut this, because the deer and the other animals, the turkey, the coyotes, need a bedding area, because there just isn't as much cover available to them during the colder months. So again, areas that have thick cover in the wintertime, that's where your animals are going to bed at. We're getting ready to hike through a really muddy section of the trail that I think, well, I know it's worse than the floodplain on the orange yellow below the nature center, and it gets really mucked up, and hopefully the park system can do something to remediate this eventually. Right when I get in that area, I'm gonna start a new one. I'm gonna be upon it momentarily, but this section that I'm getting ready to come upon, it gets mucked up really badly. Just got new boots as well. These are tactical boots I got at Walmart for 40 bucks. They're waterproof, so I'm breaking them in. They feel pretty comfortable to hike in, so you may not have to spend, you know, as they say, an arm and a leg to get good hiking shoes. My previous ones, they had zippers on them, but these don't. And the zipper probably on the old ones is probably what kept them from being waterproof. But I don't know how waterproof these are. They're supposed to be waterproof, but we'll see after I hike in them a few times. Here's one of the areas they're trying to reforest. You see these cones? This is where they're trying to reforest the park. So hopefully in 20 or 30 years from now, there'll be many more giant trees throughout this little meadow. We're going through a little bit of a meadow right here. There's not as many meadows here as there is at Twin Creek, but the habitat between both places, you can see the cones. Those are to protect from the deer and the other animals, but there's not as many meadows, but the habitat is very similar, because as you guys have seen from my other videos, lots of evergreen trees, meadows, and as I mentioned, deer bedding areas. This will be where they're going to bed at this time of year, under the trees or in the grass. I did see one deer by Sunfish Pond. She was running away. It was a doe. I didn't really get good footage of it, but it looked like it was bedded down in the tall grass. I haven't really paid much attention to the animal tracks through here, but I'm going to let this one run for a few minutes, and then I'm going to, a few more minutes, and then I'm going to start a new one. I can't let my videos run any longer than 15 minutes right now because of some bull crap that happened on my account, which I'm not going to get into on this video, but I will later address that in another video. But for a few months, I got to keep my videos under 15 minutes because I uploaded my videos at Twin Creek. I had several that went over 15 minutes, and I forgot that I couldn't upload over 15 minutes for a few months, so I ended up deleting almost all the ones from Twin Creek that I made a few weeks ago because it just seemed, you know, just strange, and I really didn't take the time to try and break them down and separate them. And I've showed these parks numerous times, so I wasn't going to really go through all that hassle of doing that. Surprisingly, this is in pretty good shape. It tends to get really muddy through here, and surprisingly this is not in that bad a shape. You have a little bit right here, but this is normal. Probably lots of animal tracks through here. For some reason, this part of the trail, it drains very poorly. I'm not sure why, but see, this part of the trail is just not really being maintained. Maybe some kind of stone crushed gravel or something. You can see where they've driven vehicles through here, the tire marks to get through here as well. I haven't really been paying close attention to the tracks, but I know there's got to be some animal tracks through here, because you know you can see them plain as day with the trail conditions being a little bit more mucked up. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to end this one and start a new one. That's it for this one.